Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel Skinny on Carbs. My name is Andrea, and on this channel I try to use my background in biology, histopathology, and naturopathic medicine to help you live the life that you dream of and deserve. Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about what I eat in a day. Okay, I've already done a video on what I eat in a day. I'll post a link in the description. I'll try to remember to post a link in the description to the video that I did of what I eat in a day. Okay, now keep in mind, even though I did a what I eat in a day video, that changes, it varies with the season, and I still get asked the question all the time, what do I eat? Okay, so people want to know, is it true that you just eat fruits and vegetables? And yes, for the most part, yeah, it's true. I just eat fruits and vegetables. That's what I eat. So I'm gonna break down for you guys what I actually eat, and how I eat it, I guess, if there's a way how you eat that, and why I eat what I eat. Okay, and I've done other videos about this. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description. I'll post a link in the description down below. Okay, so for the most part, what do I eat? I eat fruits and vegetables. Okay, so let's break that down even further, because that sounds too simple, right? But it is kind of simple, and that is what I eat. But we're gonna break it down, because people, they don't, it doesn't feel good to people if it's not more complex than that. So let's break it down a little bit. Okay, so fruits. What do I mean by fruits? Well, what I mean by fruits are things like grapes, papayas, mangoes, kiwis, bananas, pineapples, watermelons, any variety of melon that's in season and sweet that I like. That's what I eat for fruit. Okay, is that all I eat for fruit? No, there's more, but that's basically the mainstay of what I eat for fruits. And then, whatever else I can get my hands on. Sometimes I can get soursop, sometimes I could get guavas, it just depends. But that's what I eat for fruits. Okay, and how do I consume those fruits? I either juice them, or I eat them whole. When do I consume my fruits? I typically consume my fruits in the first half of my eating window. Okay, and I've also done videos about nutrient timing and when to eat, but I usually eat my fruits or drink my fruit juices in the first half of my eating window. Okay, so I start eating or taking in calories within about a half hour after rising. I usually try not to go more than 45 minutes. Okay, so that's what I eat. That's the mainstay of my diet, are the fruits first. Okay, now vegetables. What do I mean by vegetables? Okay, so for me, when I say vegetables, what I'm talking about typically are tender leafy greens. So what does that mean? It means any lettuce, all the lettuces. Okay, those are tender leafy greens. So I eat mainly, for my vegetables, mainly tender leafy greens. So I eat any variety of lettuce that's available. Okay, and you can find a lot of different types of lettuces and greens in the Asian markets, just so you guys know. Okay, so I eat that. What else? Microgreens, sprouts. I do my own sprouts at home. It's quite easy. In a jar, you just soak some seeds, and then you let it sprout. I could probably do a video on that. Okay, so I eat sprouts, I eat lettuces, I eat tender leafy greens, spinach. There are so many different types of spinaches. I don't even know if that's a word. Maybe it's just spinach, but there's so many different types of spinach. And I also get a variety of spinach from the Asian markets. Okay, from the international Asian markets. What else for vegetables? I do eat things like radishes and cucumbers and bell peppers. That's a fruit, but it's not sweet fruit, so we'll lump it with the veggies. Carrots. What else? Onions, scallions. I'm trying to think. I do asparagus, green beans, sweet peas. veggies. Okay, now when do I eat my veggies? I tend to usually eat the veggies, now in my raw vegan career, I really only eat veggies once a day, like a huge salad once a day. Earlier on in my raw vegan career, I was eating like two, sometimes three salads a day. Okay, I just evolved over time where I just didn't need as much veggies, as I just didn't need as much. And that changed also because I realized that I needed to up my fruit consumption, because I was under eating in terms of calories, which I wasn't aware of when I first started my journey. And that's why I keep saying to you guys, eat to your energetic needs, pay attention and eat to your energetic needs. Okay, so I eat a lot of fruits in the first half of my eating window, and then I usually have like a really huge vegetable meal in the form of a salad. Okay, do I eat cruciferous vegetables? I do eat. They're not like a mainstay, but they're there. I eat broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy. What else? I don't really eat very many cruciferous vegetables, to be honest with you. That's pretty much about it. Okay, so and cabbage. I like cabbage too. Okay, so that's fruits, that's vegetables. Okay, what else do I eat in terms of other things? Well, I also eat herbs. Okay, herbs are vegetables. I eat those too. All right, so what do I mean by herbs? So I do things like nettle as an herb, dandelion root, dandelion leaf. I actually eat those in salads and I juice them. I drink them as tea. What else? Red raspberry leaf tea, sorrel. Well, we call it sorrel. I think you guys call it hibiscus. Ginger, turmeric, herbs. I eat those. Okay, I eat or drink them, however you want to classify it. But those are a part of my diet. What else is a part of my diet? Okay, sea vegetables. Okay, so that's another category that's in my diet. Okay, so I said fruits, vegetables, herbs, sea vegetables. Okay, so what do I mean by sea vegetables? I mean the macroalgae and the microalgae. So I consume sea moss. I also consume spirulina. I also consume chlorella. I consume nori. I consume kelp. I eat all of these things. Okay, so when do I consume those vegetables? Okay, so wait, let's go back to the herbs. When do I consume the herbs? Anytime throughout the day. I usually start my day off with that, as a sort of hydration type of thing. So I'll have some tea, and it's usually a nettle type tea. I like nettle first thing in the morning because it's very mineral dense. It has a lot of silica, keeps your skin nice and bouncy, and magnesium and other things. Okay, it's very mineral dense. And then I'll take a teaspoon of sea moss. I don't bother mixing it with anything else. I'm too busy and I have too many other things that I want to get in. Okay, so I take a spoonful of sea moss. What else do I do in the mornings? The spirulina, if I consume it on that day, I'll take it in the mornings. Okay, so that's usually when I'll do my herbs. Now for the sea vegetables, I eat the sea vegetables usually with my land vegetables, with my veggies, with my tender leafy greens. Okay, so I'll wrap my salad in a nori wrap and I'll eat it. Or I made a really bomb kelp seasoning. Okay, so I buy the dried kelp again from the Asian store. I buy the dried kelp, the sheets, right? Because it's cheaper to get it that way. So I buy it like that. I cut it up, I put it in my blender, I blend it down with like rosemary, and I don't put salt in it. Rosemary, garlic, turmeric, what else? A few other things. Oh, I'm cracking one. That's so unprofessional. Sorry. But I'm not gonna edit that out. Sorry. That's sorry. So I made a really bomb kelp seasoning, and I usually put that on my salad if I want kelp. Or I will make a dashi, which is like a Japanese broth for soups, with the kelp, and I'll do like a miso soup with my salad. So I mean, that's kind of how I do my sea vegetables. Okay, my favorite sea vegetables, like I said, are the roasted seaweed sheets, or the nori sheets, or the kelp. I usually don't do other sea vegetables. Okay, and again, sea moss, I take sea moss, but I take that usually in the mornings after I've drank my tea. All right. Is there anything else that's in there? Like supplements? No. Okay, now depending on how you look at it, you can classify spirulina or chloral as a supplement. I do not. Those are actual foods, they're whole foods, right? So, no, I don't really have isolated type supplements in my diet. I don't eat isolated nutrients. I haven't had a need for it, okay? You might have a need for it, but I generally don't have a need for it. I keep high nutrient dense foods as a mainstay in my diet. Is that all I eat? Pretty much. There's not much else. I don't eat anything else. I might treat myself with a little bit of, let me think, sweet potatoes. I like Japanese sweet potatoes and I like Korean sweet potatoes. They're very good. I might treat myself with some of that every now and again with my salad. Usually, if I have starch, I'll have it with my salad. There is a really nice snow fungus soup that I make. I love it. It's a Chinese dessert soup. I make that. It keeps your skin bouncy too. What else? Yeah, that's it. Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, I have mushrooms in the diet. I really don't eat beans, to be honest with you guys. If I do, it's not very often. And again, I'll put it with my vegetable based meal. Okay, so that's the array of things that I eat. Okay, that's my complete diet. I don't really eat much. I can't even say I don't eat much of anything else. I actually don't eat anything anything else. Not like it's not like I'm not open to eating something else. If I find a new like fruit that I want to try, sure. A new vegetable that I want to try, sure. A new sea vegetable that I need to try, sure. But it's usually within that group, okay? I don't go outside of that because my standard is to eat raw fruits and vegetables, okay? My standard is to eat high nutrient fresh fruits and vegetables. And that's what I prioritize, okay? So that's what I eat. When do I eat it? Again, I eat my fruits at the first half of my eating window, and then I'll have like my huge vegetable based meal towards the end of my eating window. And then the last thing I'll eat for the night, for the evening before the sun goes down, because I stop eating when the sun goes down, is going to be a piece of fruit. Okay, usually it's a piece of fruit, or if I want a treat and I have my snow fungus soup on hand, I'll eat that and then I'm done. Okay, and then throughout the night, after the sun goes down, I'm just having tea. That's about it. I don't have anything else after the sun goes down. But that's it, you guys. There's nothing else. There's nothing else in my diet. Um, Maybe some yeast. I have brewer's yeast. I do put that in beverages sometimes, but honestly, there's nothing else. There's nothing else in my diet. That's it. I'm boring. It's boring. I told you guys the road to success when it comes to health and wellness and maintaining your weight. It's not sexy. It's not salacious. It's not any of that. You know what I'm saying? It is monotonous. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again with enough consistency to see the results. Okay? So, my diet is typically 80% carbs, sometimes more. Usually it's around 85 to 90% carbohydrates, and the rest is split between fats and proteins. I don't chase fats and I don't chase proteins. That's just me. All right, you guys, if you found something useful in this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with somebody else that might need to hear this. Okay? All right, bye, you guys.